their mindset corrected and they go back to why they're doing what they're doing, they're not in the business to take lots of executions. That's not what this is about. This is about taking things that make sense. Now, the logic behind every one of these setups is not important. Now, some of you are like, what? It's not important. No, it's not important. Because the first hurdle you're going to have when you're trading with live money is money management. You're going to have to learn to respect the equity in your account. The only way that you're going to determine whether or not you respect it is how do you handle drawdown. That you missed it. It just goes right to where you thought it was going to go for the day, and you can't get mad about that. You should be happy that your analysis concepts are speaking to you with that much clarity, and just know that because they repeat, none of you should be upset that you missed a trade. Like, none of you. Nobody has the permission, okay? You have no right to be angry about missing a trade because they are like buses, okay? Mass transit buses that come by like a schedule. Every certain time of the hour or day, these buses are going to come around. These trades are just like that. You can set your clock to them, okay? They're going to form. They're going to be there. Your number one goal is to understand where is it likely to go to? Where is it likely to reach for? If you have that understood, it becomes so easy to know what you're looking for. Notice what I said there? It becomes easy to know what you are looking for. I did not say it's so easy for you to make money. There's a strong contrast there, okay? But by default, over time, once you have been doing the things that lead to you understanding what it is you're looking for, and that part becomes easier, what do you think the default result was going to be from that? It's probably going to be easier for you to make money over time. Okay? So I'm keeping things in balance so that we understand what I'm saying without sugarcoating it and making it sound like anybody can walk in here and do this. This skill set can fortify any weak links in your financial chain. Okay, you want to build strength in your ability to make income and build legacy wealth. It's worthwhile for you to spend time learning this. And that means going back through old charts and old moves and literally going in and annotating the moves like this and mapping them out and seeing the logic that's there. Now, do not be afraid that you're going to do it wrong. All of you are going to be doing it wrong in the beginning. This is a skill set in backtesting you're trying to discover, okay? You're not trying to do things correctly in backtesting. Backtesting is you in a mode of discovery that proves efficacy. If you can't see things repeating, then you got to go back into the core content lessons of this YouTube channel and ferret out what it is I'm teaching conceptually. Then once you understand better what it is I'm showing you, then you go back into the old data and look for those very things occurring. Then highlight the things in your chart that makes the most sense to you. Over time doing it, and frankly, you should be doing this at least a minimum of a year. Okay? Make it a practice of doing it all the time. Even when you start trading with live funds, your trade journal should always have annotations. You should always have charts saved and just constantly referring to what you witnessed in price and record it like you saw it happening and knew it was going to happen in advance. That's called self-talk. Okay? You're literally tricking your brain into seeing your annotations as something that you foreseen coming. And that way, when you go back and you read your journal and you study it on the weekends or whenever you go through a period of drawdown and you need encouragement, you go back to your charts in your journal and you'll see annotations that you wrote out yourself, and it tricks your brain into believing that you've seen that all along. Now, what happens by doing that over time is you have created creases in your brain where that knowledge and that pseudo experience has been retained. But your brain remembers it as what? A real experience that you endured. But you're recording it with positive reinforcement in your commentary. Never put negative comments in your annotations. Don't say like, oh, I was stupid, I missed this. Oh, I'm so dumb, I fell victim to the shark pattern. Don't do all that kind of stuff. You don't have to worry about swimming with sharks. You don't have to worry about patterns. You don't need to be worried about any of those types of things. All you're looking for is liquidity, imbalances, time of day. That's it. That's it. That's all this game is all about. Okay? The algorithm is not going to try to follow some retail logic stuff. It's based on where's the money? Where's the money? Who's the most easy prey right now? And where is the majority of the money? And that's where it's going to run for. That's all it's going to do. And if you strip everything you think you know about the markets away and just give me a couple months, stay with me for a couple months here, and I promise you, you will put everything else down and see it like this. Because this is the truth. This is the perfect understanding of what makes these markets book. That means what makes them go up and down, where they turn, why they go where they go, why are they moving when they move, and why are they arriving when they arriving at that price point. It's all algorithmic. And it has absolutely nothing to do with ratios. It has nothing to do with anything harmonic, nothing supply and demand zone, nothing to do with Elliott wave, nothing to do with Wyckoff, nothing to do with Gann. None of that stuff has anything to do with it. I literally have just explained exactly what these markets do. That's it. There's nothing else that happens. The buying and selling pressure, it's a myth. Because these markets are going to go higher regardless of how many contracts come in. If they want this thing to go up here, it doesn't require millions of contracts to put it there. It doesn't. How many contracts does it take for this candle to move from that opening price to that closing price? Tell me, how many contracts does it take for that to happen? It only needs two transactions. Two transactions, one here, and when it gaps up here and reprices to that price point and it offers it to the market that price, and someone comes in with a market order, what happens? Boom. It's it. The candles have been created. Two trades. How many contracts? It doesn't make a difference. You only need a transaction. If a student listens to the things I tell them to do, practices exactly how I talk and teach and present and all these drills and the back testing and the journaling, all those things. If you do all of those things, I firmly believe, I believe this with all of my being, that you can potentially earn six figures your first trading year. Will the majority of you do that? Absolutely not. How's that for an oxymoron? But you just said, right, I believe it's possible. But you are going to be the problem. You're not going to listen. You're going to do a lot of the things I was showing here. You're going to do days where you do lots and lots of trades. Sometimes they'll work in your favor. Sometimes you'll be able to eke out the ability to get back your loss. And in other days, it just gets worse. So avoid those things. Don't do lots of trades.